Following the discovery April Windsor has been dealing drugs, Emmerdale's Marlon Dingle resorted to desperate measures in an attempt to keep his family safe during today's episode. Last week, April told her dad that she is trapped in a world that's seen her deal drugs and get sold to older men for sex. She confirmed that Celia Daniels and Ray Walters are in charge of the operation, and have no intention of letting her go. Marlon and Rona Gozkirk remain certain that they could go to the police and report Celia and Ray. Celia then burst into Smithy Cottage to warn the trio what could happen if they break the rules. The evil woman propped a phone up and instructed Marlon, Rona and April to watch a video call from Ray. He was in the car, waiting for Dylan Penders to open a farm gate. Ray then sped his car down the track and hit Dylan. It was a horrifying watch, and a sign that Ray and Celia will do whatever they want to ensure the police do not discover what they're doing. As today's episode opened, Rona and Marlon were discussing their plan to leave the village. Rona seemed convinced it wouldn't work, due to Ray and Celia apparently having eyes everywhere, while Marlon believed that they could find a window where no one is watching them and make a run for it. The couple needed to get April into the car without telling her that they're leaving, so they drove her to the hospital to see Dylan. As Marlon and April left the room, he glanced back at Dylan, unsure as to whether he'll see the lad again. Once April had got into the car, the doors were locked. The youngster declared that they had made a mistake because even if they left and weren't found, something terrible would happen to Dylan. But Rona and Marlon were adamant it was the right thing. Just as they started to leave the car park, another vehicle drove in front of them, and who was inside? Ray, of course. Ray had been given a tip-off from a lad on a bike who saw Rona packing her car boot that morning. He told the family that if they want a holiday, they should run it past him first. Terrified, April apologized profusely to Ray and told him that she'd continue doing his jobs until her debt is cleared. Back at home, April tried to tell her family that she really believes the only way out of this nightmare is to carry on accepting jobs from Ray, but Marlon wasn't going to let his little girl spend evenings dealing or interacting with perverts. Another plan forming, Marlon later told Rona that if they find the amount of money April owes Ray, they can give it to him, and this ordeal will be over. However, the trio remain unaware at the moment that the so-called debt April has doesn't exist. Earlier this year, Ray orchestrated a situation that meant he could pretend April and Dylan have debt, just so they'd continue working for him. If Marlon hands Ray a wad of cash, is that really going to make a massive difference?